Morning. Wanted to do a quick video today about all the basic stuff that you would need to get started in fly fishing. It's really not that difficult and doesn't have to be crazy expensive. First and foremost, you're going to need a fly rod and a reel with fly line and backing, which is pretty normal. You can get packages that come together like this Maxon rod and reel. About $200, and I caught as many fish as anybody else I've seen in the river. This is a 4-piece rod. I also have this Cortland 2-piece rod. They're both 9-foot 5-weight rod and reel, which is a great start for fly fishing. All you really need to get started. Next, it's not absolutely necessary, but it'll keep you a little warmer and definitely drier, is a pair of waders and wading boots. These are stocking foot waders. They have a neoprene boot and then a separate pair of boot that goes over that. I find it far more comfortable, although you can definitely get a boot foot wader that's all one piece. Again, I just don't find it quite as comfortable. Next, coming around here, a vest. Some people use a pack. You can get different styles, different varieties. Usually a lot of pockets to hold all your flies, fly boxes, accessories that you need to have with you on the river. One thing that doesn't necessarily go with fishing, but I think is very important, is some sort of a bug repellent. You get out on the river and those mosquitoes and flies will really get after you, so I always keep something close by when I'm heading to the river. You do always want to be careful to not get bug spray on your fly line. Depending on what it is and how strong it is, it could eat that fly line, which would be a bad thing. A net is great. Sometimes you'll catch some small trout and it won't be absolutely necessary, but it is better to not put your hands on the fish more than necessary. So that net with the rubber basket helps keep the fish healthy, which is important. A lanyard on your net. This one has a rubber coil that pulls apart and expands, and each side has a magnet. So it'll hold it together and hold it right behind your back. When you catch a fish, pull that magnet apart, use your net, and then if you drop it, it's not going to go downstream on you. So that's pretty important after you spend a bit of money on a net. The end of your fly line, you're going to have a leader. They're tapered leaders. Basically goes from thicker to thinner down to the size that you want for your fly. You can see these are all 9 foot in length, which is pretty average. I use that normally. And the 5X and 4X numbers you see on there, and 6X, the smallest diameter towards the end of the leader. The higher the number before the X is going to be a smaller diameter. So a smaller diameter for a smaller fly. At the end of your leader, or as your leader gets cut off and worn down, you have tippet. And tippet is just a thin monofilament. You can tie that onto the end of your leader to extend it, to extend the life of your leader, or to get down to a smaller diameter line as you fish. Again, the larger the number, the smaller the diameter, and the breaking strength would be less as well. Almost last but not least, is some fly boxes. You don't have to have a lot. Different flies you can see in this one here that's open. I have some dry flies there, some mayfly and some caddis imitations. If I flip that over, I have some nymph patterns. Nymphs are used for fishing below the surface of the water and are very good at catching some fish that you might not be able to see rising for a dry fly on the top. And I have another box with some bigger flies in it. Finally, another important piece if you're going to be fishing dry flies is to have a fly float, and this is Gink. It's what I've always used. There's different brands. You can decide what you want. Take a little of that, put on your fingers and rub it into your dry fly, and that'll help float it on the surface good. I've also got this little holder that goes into, and keeps it right there on your vest handy for when you need it. Hey, thanks a lot. I think this is about all you need to get going with fly fishing outfit. Have a great day.